Alongside Brian Hayes, we're talking TSN's list of the top 50 NHL players. And we're into the top 20 with names 20 through 11 being revealed. Let's start with the amazing Sidney Crosby. He comes in ranked number 13. Now he's 36-year-old. Brian, are you surprised to see him still ranked this high?
No, I'm not, Gino. I think this is worthy of where Sidney Crosby should still be. I think this is the final season for him, though, to possibly catapult even further up the list. I think he's probably looking at what his new GM has done, Kyle Dubas, supplementing him with even more talent, even more depth and understanding. Last year, he played 82 games. Gino Malkin played 82 games. If they play 82 again this year, I think Sid's got a chance at chasing Hart nominees. Not Hart contention, because I think McDavid's going to likely run away with that. But I think he could put himself in a position to win a Hart one more time. If he does that, he will be even higher on the list at the end of the season.
For a little perspective, one spot below Sid, Mitch Marner, the Toronto Maple Leafs, ranked 14. Brian, is this the best version we've seen of Mitch Marner, or do you think there's yet another level he can attain?
I think this is as high as he likely goes, and that's fine. We're talking 14th on the top 50 in the NHL, right? He's a very good player. He's a great player, and he's in his prime. Now, how you play in the playoffs can have an effect on what happens on next year's list. If the Leafs go on a big run, Marner factors into that, there's a chance he moves up. But based on his play, he's never hit 100 points in a season. I would not be surprised if he did that this year. But I don't see him at 115, 120. I don't see him pursuing Hart nominees. I think this is probably going to be it for Mitch Marner. But, again, that's really high on the list, Gino.
Sidney Crosby comes in at the start of every season and says he's working on another aspect of his game. He's developing. He continued to work on different aspects every offseason. What aspect of Mitch Marner's game does he need to work on to potentially, maybe this time next year, leapfrog a Sidney Crosby?
I think more goal scoring would probably help with that category. The problem is he's playing with probably shoot more, improve his shot, factor in a little bit more when it comes to offense on the power play. But a lot of that's going to run through Austin Matthews. And if he's going to play with Matthews again, he is going to feed it to Matthews first, likely to Bertuzzi second before he even thinks possibly scoring more goals, which could boost him up the list that much more. And then again, as I said earlier, playoff success goes a long way. What have you done for me lately? We vote on these lists in September. The last time we saw them play was in the spring. If he has a big playoff run, that absolutely could factor into future rankings.
On a sentimental note, you and I both voted on this top 50 list. Do you think either one of us could ever bring ourselves to vote Sid out of the top 25?
I think it's going to be very difficult to do. At some point, it's going to happen, Gino. But again, I wouldn't put it past Sid to have a monster season and actually be further up the list when we recalibrate at the end.
Sid would say challenge accepted. Only 10 names remain on TSN's countdown of the top 50 NHL players. Host of TSN 1050, Brian Hayes.